Welcome back to Las Vegas. Handoff goes through the middle, and Cornelius gets the touchdown after Terraza stepped out of bounds. Thanks for waiting patiently, everybody. But it's not Terraza with the touchdown. It's a rushing touchdown for the fullback.
Yeah, we thought that the spin move that led to the touchdown there, but it looked like he stepped out of bounds right at the SFL chin hair line, which gave plenty of opportunity for Charlemagne Cornelius to get himself to pay dirt, and another 7 points for Sioux Falls.
Now still Black kicks it through the uprights, and it's a 17-point lead now for the Sparrows. They've scored 17 unanswered here in the second half.
Yeah, and it's been all Sioux Falls just in this third quarter alone here. Las Vegas desperately needs to respond with this drive here so that they're not completely out of the waters once we get into the fourth quarter.
Black set to get us going once again. Under 2.5 left to go here in the third quarter. And boot it downfield. Doug Britton on the return. Starts from his own 5-yard line. Follows his blockers through the center. Shimmy shakes out. Runs out of a tackle, and here comes Doug Brown. And he gets by the kicker. Doug Britton is gone. A kickoff return touchdown for Doug Britton.
Hey, you want to talk about a quick response? That is exactly what Las Vegas needed to get back in this game after Sioux Falls, as we said just earlier, they scored 17 unanswered points. You want to get back in this game? Let's get ourselves a kick return touchdown, why not? And now Las Vegas, they've got a little bit of breath in their lungs now as they get this score in, and now they're going to be only down 11 pending the extra point.
Some fancy footwork to get himself out of the tackle. That shows great toughness, great athleticism, and Doug Britton finds the end zone. Las Vegas strike back quickly with the kickoff return touchdown. On comes Matt Ray to try and tack home the extra point, which would bring it back in to a 10-point ball game. Snap spot, kick is up, and it is good from Matt Rage. And it's 27-17 here in our game. And meanwhile, over in Arizona, Ashley Jackson and company not having the best of ball games in that third quarter. Jackson was just picked off. The Revs turned that pick into a score, 17-3. That score line over on SFL YouTube. Rage boots it downfield for AJ Levy to try and make a return. This from his own 6-yard line. He's going to try and cut it out. He gets decleated. He gets upended at the 28-yard line. He got taken out by his kneecaps.
And here's a little bit of unfamiliar territory for Sioux Falls for the first time in what feels like an Arctic ice age. Sioux Falls is starting on their own side of the field here. So we'll have to see if Las Vegas's defense can kind of take advantage of having a little bit extra field behind them now.
Wide receivers, 2 backs in the backfield here for the Sparrows. Handoff. G.P. Wells, he gets to the line of scrimmage, but no further as he's brought down by Zolotov, who's made a couple of tackles tonight.
Yeah, it's been a great third quarter so far from Yakov Zolotov, as we mentioned his name a couple times. And he's made some big tackles to kind of stop G.P. Wells and Julian Tyree on his only sack in this game to kind of stop Sioux Falls where they can, but now it's second down.
Tyree looks for the floater near side. G.P. Wells has to get out of a tackle and does, and picks up 6 yards before he is destroyed by Max Jackson.
Yeah, and it looked like, I think it was A.K. Jones that was nipping at Tyree's front side there. Almost got to him before the football was thrown, but G.P. Wells turning nothing into something, getting a nice 6 yards.
Tyree, 2-step drop, pumps once, has to get rid of it, and does. It's over the outstretched hand of the defender and into Noe Terrazas' Mets. First down, Sparrows.
That's another nice catch from Noe Terrazas as the first pump fake happens from Tyree, and as he slings the football, it's just over the outstretched arm of Laquan Smith, and Terrazas gets a nice catch and flipping the field for Sioux Falls.
So on the opposite side of the 50, now come the Sparrows offense. 4-3 look from the Vegas defense. Hand off through the middle. GP Wells just shouldered a man into the turf and picks up some very tough 6 yards.
Yeah, it looked like Day Drury almost got to Wells at the line of scrimmage, but Wells, getting sick of these linebackers getting him at the line of scrimmage, said, you know what, I'm going to take you to the Shadow Realm this time, as he gets a couple extra yards out of it too.
Tyree, another quick drop as Las Vegas send the blitz. Tyree floats it. A diving interception nearly made. Incomplete. Holy cow, that would have been amazing.
Oh, Chris Maggle, you've been having quite the day. That would have been probably number 1 on the top 10 plays this week if you just were able to collect the ball as you were falling to the ground. But nonetheless, great pressure applied from Las Vegas and great coverage from the secondary to basically nullify any happening for Sioux Falls.
Big third down. Tyree under immediate pressure, and down he goes. Folded like a lawn chair as he was met immediately by Byron Lewis, and out comes the punting unit.
And there was nobody to stop Lewis there. See, the offensive lineman was getting ready. There was a screen pass happening, so there was 2 linemen that were happening to pull out as we end this third quarter.
Get your 4s and A6s up in chat. Sioux Falls looks to hold on to this 10-point lead. You're watching the SFL, presented by 8 p.m. Music, live here on Twitch. And we want to remind you that 8 p.m. Music is unrivaled music to bring your stories to life, inspiring every production with the world's most robust and constantly refreshed music collection, state-of-the-art technology, and world-class customer service. 8 p.m. Music is the official soundtrack of the Simulation Football League. To explore their library and to find tracks for your projects, visit 8pmmusic.com, and it's a beautiful punt for the Sparrows, and they're going to pin Las Vegas deep in their own territory at the 4-yard line.
It's another nice punt from Prefontaine. It's the second one in this game that he's pushed Las Vegas inside the 5-yard line. And now Las Vegas, you're down 10, and you got to work with 96 yards. This is a big first step in this first quarter for the Fury offense. Fury offense.
Play it pretty conservative. They'll give to Scott Johnson in the goal line set, and Johnson, he got stapled to the ground.
And there was an instance there that I thought Scott Johnson might have gotten more than just the 3 that was recorded, but great job by the Sioux Falls second line, the linebacking core, to get to Johnson before any major damage could happen.
This West Division is just proving to be one of the toughest to find wins out of, as Scott Johnson gets yet another call through the gut. Can only muster up maybe 2 yards as Ray West was able to bring him down. 3rd and 5 upcoming for the Fury offense.
And not only is this division tough to find wins, but tough to scrape away without any bruises on your body, as all the teams in the West seem to have that smash mouth defense style.
Deep drop here from Green. He fires over the middle and a little bit more room to run. He gets out of a tackle and crosses the midfield stripe. Inside Sioux Falls territory goes John Blades. He just sliced his way through that defense.
Yeah, give him 47 on that catch there. Very nice post route down the middle of the field. The safety seemed to sag a little bit too close, which gave Blades enough space to get the catch and a little bit of extra running room down the middle as well. An absolute beauty of a run from Blades.
84 yards on 4 catches here today. That one the longest of the bunch. Go back to the ground through the middle. It's going to be a pickup of nothing as James Kelly wraps up Scott Johnson.
Yeah, and if Sioux Falls want to keep this lead intact, they're going to have to limit Scott Johnson's ability to run the football. So a good job there from Kelly to basically just wrap at the feet of Johnson and make sure that he goes nowhere.
Scott Johnson's going to be offset to the left behind Joseph Green as they spread the field with 4 wideouts. Green looks to throw near side, caught, turning the corner upfield to about the 30-yard line goes Doug Britt.
Yeah, and it looked like Joseph Green wasn't going to get that football thrown. as there was 3 defenders around the vicinity of Joseph Green, but the secondary unit sagged off just a little bit too much, and this time Doug Britton gets a nice out route catch and a little bit extra space. The safeties had to basically scamper as quickly as they could just to get to Britton before any major damage could occur.
Brand new set of downs for the Fury offense. Home crowd starting to get into it as we're in the later stage of the ball game. Scott Johnson gets the call through the middle, picks up 3. He's tripped up at the 27-yard line as AJ Levy and company make another crucial tackle.
Yeah, and Scott Johnson didn't get really too involved in the third quarter, but this time he gets another carry, bringing him up to his 21st or 22nd carry in this game here as he gets another nice gain of 3 yards.
2 tight ends near side. Green looks to throw, wheels and deals into double coverage, and it's incomplete.
And they're looking for Blades again there on that deep play. They want to go for pay dirt here, and why not? You're down 10. Make a splash and double coverage. It's going to result in an incompletion.
Already within field goal range. Any points will do. Just can't be too careless with the ball. 3 wide receivers, 2 backs in the backfield. Have to get beyond the 20 to convert here on third down. Green, quick drop, looks over the middle, looking for it all, and it's going to lose it all. It's picked up, going the other way, and Sioux Falls has been really hungry for just any wayward ball, and it's Ringgold who comes up with the 3rd interception on the day.
And it starts with AJ Levy tipping this ball out of reach from Doug Britton, again looking to get another catch after a great catch and run earlier. And this time it falls into the hands of Jay Ringgold off the hot potato, get your mother old potato. And he gets just enough before it hits the ground for the interception.
After the pick, out come the Sparrows offense trying to maybe milk away some of this clock and going back to the roots of the ground game. GP Wells through the middle, can't find anything. He did good enough to just get back to the line of scrimmage before he was brought down.
Now this will be probably decision time for Sioux Falls as well. Do you want to get some more points on the board and kind of solidify that lead and try to keep it out of reach for Las Vegas? Or do you want to run the football and run the clock down until it's unmanageable for that Fury offense?
With a run again. This time, GP is going to find about 3 yards this time before he's wrapped up as we are approaching the 7-minute mark here in the fourth quarter. And maybe this sounds a little bit familiar early on here, Brett, but it's a 17-point ball game over in Arizona, kind of reminiscent of our 17-point ball game at one point. Catch that game over on the SFL's YouTube channel, but keep it right here. Big third down upcoming. Las Vegas trying to mitigate the damage. 4-man rush over the middle, caught, first down, and the Sioux Falls Sparrows move the change. It's another reception for Dillapre Sr. That's number 6 for him today.
Yeah, and it's been a big game from Al Dillapre Sr. as well, as he's been finding himself open on what feels like a mismatch, especially on those all slants routes, because he's matched up with a linebacker, and most of the time it is Yakov Zolotov, and he's just getting enough speed, enough space to just bump past him and get enough space.
Wells on the call. He just tries to wiggle his way through the defenders, and he's eventually wrapped up by the duo of Merrick Itera and Christopher Magel.
Yeah, and it's a nice run from GP Wells as well. Just getting the positive first down play for a lot of teams is getting the 5 to 6 yards, which makes it a second down and manageable here. And this opens up the playbook for Sioux Falls here, second down.
Another call for GP, and GP breaks out of a tackle and is sprung forward to the 43-yard line. Another first down for Sioux Falls. Early in the ball game, they were losing in that category. They pick up number 16 there, and that's just as many that Las Vegas have currently.
Yeah, and I noticed on that run there, GP is slowed down a little bit, so maybe Sioux Falls is looking to shed as much clock as possible, as now we're close to 5:30.
GP on the give to the far side. He gets tripped up at the line of scrimmage. He does tumble forward for a gain of 1.
And Chris Maggle, you'd have to think, as well as the secondary unit, basically anybody else on that Las Vegas defense, they have to key point on GP Wells the rest of this drive and just focus on him solely, as he's probably going to get some more touches on just this set of downs alone.
Tyreek, quick drop, blitz coming, pass over the middle, and it's first down number 17. They take the lead in that category, and Sioux Falls have completely flipped the script.
Yeah, it's another nice catch from Noe Terrazas on a nice slant, essentially, as he broke off of Laquan Smith and got a nice bit of space down the middle of the field so that Tyree could easily throw that football to him, and another first down for Sioux Falls.
Under 5 minutes to go. Sioux Falls come out in the goal line set. All signs point to this being a run. It'll be a pass. Tyree can't get it away. He took way too much time in the pocket. They will lose yards, about 5, as Stover gets into the backfield for his first sack of the ball game.
It's a combination of Stover and A.K. Jones, I think it was, there on the approach. And it looked to me that they might have wanted to go swing pass, but Tyree just wasn't thinking to pass it to GP Wells, just held the ball a little bit too long, which led to that sack.
Good catch there, partner. Jones with the initial hit. Stover came in from behind and helped finish off Julian Tyree. Tyree now under center here on second down. Clock continues to run, but maybe might be the positive to take out of that play. Handoff goes to Cornelius, the fullback. He's only going to pick up a yard before he's cut down. And it brings up a 3rd and long.
Yeah, and I was maybe thinking that they could fake him out with a play-action pass here, but they decided to go with Charlemagne, and Dabson Bugnut was right at the spot to stop Charlemagne right away, to only result in a 1-yard play.
3rd and a portion of the Black Hills to go for Sioux Falls to convert here on 3rd down. 4-man rush, pass over the middle, caught near the marker, but just 2 yards shy. He's going to be marked down to the 34, which will be in Zashtil's black range, and this might be his longest field goal attempt of his career.
Yeah, this looks like it might be from 51, just from the placement of the football here. And yeah, it's going to be quite a leg that he's going to have to kick off. But hold on here, they might be looking to punt this.
And they are. It's Prefontaine instead of Black who takes the field, and it will remain a 10-point ball game with under 3 minutes to go. Prefontaine's punt is away, angling toward the near side, and Britton backs off, and they're going to mark it at the 1. That is textbook. And it's 99 yards now for Las Vegas to go to. Cannot go backward.
Hey, I know that Cameron Irvine and Mike St. Green love their special teams players when they're handing out game balls. And I feel like if Sioux Falls gets this victory, Sammy Prefontaine is going to get a game ball from one of them after a performance like this.
Love to see it. They go spread here in their own end zone practically. Joseph Green rolls, fires into triple coverage, and he is lucky that one isn't picked off. It was straight to the defender.
Yeah, you can see that the ends were rushing pretty hard, and one of them got free. So Joseph Green, that was a desperation throw out of him. You don't see a lot of panic in the eyes of a quarterback like Joseph Green, but there was definitely some panic as he knew that he was in the end zone and just hoped that the ball fell incomplete, and that's exactly what happened.
They swap out one of the wide receivers for the tight end. Green to throw, hit, and down he goes in the end zone, and the defense picks up a couple of points. It's a safety.
Yeah, and I think they were looking for pay dirt and looking to get that big catch so they could get out of their own territory, but you give Sioux Falls enough time, especially when they're that close to safety territory, and they're going to get the points. So now Sioux Falls adds another 2 to their scoreboard, and they're going to get the football as well.
Just going to say, add insult to injury, and Sioux Falls look to be firmly in control of this football game. It's going to be an excellent return from A.J. Levy. He's going to have his best starting or best return of the ball game up to the 39-yard line, and that is where Sioux Falls will take over with 2 minutes, 15 seconds to go, and a 12-point lead over the hometown Fury.
And you have to think one running play from GP Wells going to send it to the 2-minute warning, and we're going to see an even healthier dose of GP as we near closer to the end of the game.
And indeed, GP Wells spinning out of tackles, picks up about 6 yards, maybe 7 yards, they'll mark it.
Yeah, as he had some space to get to that first down, but he slowed down a little bit so that they can shed some more clock off.
That brings us a 2-minute warning. Sioux Falls looking to steal a victory here from the Fury. You're watching the SFL presented by APM Music right here on Twitch. Final 2 minutes of action coming your way. You're just in time, Baserberger. Welcome to the Simulation Football League. Glad you could join us. Go ahead and rewatch everything you might have missed here from week 4 and the rest of the season all the way over on the Simulation Football League's YouTube page as GP Wells goes backward a couple here on that play. Loss of about, we'll call it 4 yards.
I think Baserberger needs to watch all 17 seasons prior to this as well as he can get enough knowledge.
Become the ultimate fan.
Yeah, just that big brain ultimate fan. I would love to see it here. A loss for GP Wells and a timeout called by Vegas.
Shotgun set. Tyree looks to throw. He steps up, fires into coverage, picked up going the other way. And Las Vegas are not done quite yet. They save a couple of their timeouts. And with 1:50 left to go, this one is not over yet. We've seen a couple of crazy comebacks this weekend. Are we in for yet another?
Hey, you called one yesterday. Just alone, you might be the secret ingredient to epic comebacks here. And this interception here, it throws a lifeline to Las Vegas. They're only down 12. That's 2 possessions. If they can get a quick score out of this, they're definitely back in this game. So it's going to be decision time on how Joseph Green hurls this football down the field.
Well, if they can save all 3 of their timeouts and get a quick score, they can hold them on defense potentially if they don't get the onside kick. Pass to the comeback route is taken down right about after a yard gain. They'll see Doug Britton hold that one in. They're going to hustle back to the line. Under 1:40 to go.
You might have some space 10 yards down the field in the middle.
Play action. Green looks near side this time. Another comebacker, and it's only going to pick up about 3, and that is their final timeout.
Yeah, they want to get out of this formation because they just went comebacks on opposite sides, and it resulted in just 4 yards out of those plays. And with time against you, you need a quick score. You can't result in just these small plays. So a smart idea to use that last timeout to get into a different formation, but they're going to have to be smart with this next play.
1:30 to go. 3rd down. Joseph Green to throw. Looks near side. Diving attempt, and it's picked off. Joseph Green's 4th interception of the ball game, and that is the backbreaker. Terrell Davis with his 2nd pick of the season, and that will be your ball game.
Yeah, and that was just way overthrown from Joseph Green, which led to, I would say, a fairly easy final nail in the coffin for Sioux Falls, as they can just do whatever they like here as they go victory formation just to shed the clock down, and they're going to improve their record to 2-2 after this.
Here, if a betting man, you're breathing a sigh of relief if you bet the under, because we're about 2.5 points shy of it with 46 all told. And a couple more kneel downs we'll see here from Julian Tyree as the Sparrows will move to 2-2, and Las Vegas will also fall down to 2-2. So it's a pretty tight West Division as we take a look, further out beyond, what's actually going on here tonight. A couple of teams, having a bye week. Denver on a bye. Arizona, they're down by 24 at the moment over on the Simulation Football League's YouTube channel. Not the day that Eddie Gage and company would have liked, and so it seems that a 2-2 record is pretty much the story for this early part of the season for the West Division.
Yeah, and it ends up for the at least the first third for a lot of these teams is just going to be a 500 record, And a lot of these teams are looking up, especially for Sioux Falls, who have definitely played a lot better over these last 2 weeks, especially in that overtime loss to Denver. They looked like a very juggernaut-like offensive team. So this is going to be a big step of confidence for the Sioux Falls crew.
That's the final kneel down as the clock goes to 0-0 as your final score here in Las Vegas, Nevada. 29 for the visiting Sparrows, 17 for the Fury. And partner, the Sparrows took the game plan from the first half, changed it up a little bit, came out in the second half, and were almost a completely dominant force.
Yeah, and it was just that 17 unanswered points from Sioux Falls in that third quarter alone that probably got them that separation that they wanted. As I felt like we saw parts of it in the second quarter, but especially during the entirety of that second half, it was very much that Sioux Falls style of football that they wanted to play. Heavy doses of GP Wells on the ground. If they needed to, they could hurl Tyree in for a nice pass down the field, and the receivers were on point. We know the 97-yarder from K. Marion, but Noe Terrazas had some huge catches. He finishes with 92. Al Dillapre with these nice slant catches gets 78 out of it. AJ Warren was kind of that fire starter for that offense, getting 33 on his 4 targets. It was just an all-around great effort offensively for Sioux Falls, and that's just what they wanted as they get to 2-2.
5 total turnovers here, Brett, on the day. Las Vegas could not keep hold of the football.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that they just need to watch film and see what the problems were, especially with those Joseph Green interceptions. A lot of it could just be changing how Joseph Green just looks down the field and reads his progressions, that kind of situation. But it's something that's easily fixable. There's a lot of teams that could have 5, 6, 7 turnovers in a game, and then the very next week they could get 0. So it's all about the next week and the weeks going forward that help carry Las Vegas to possibly getting better down the stretch.
Crucial that just a demoralizer, that safety in the backfield by Corey Dobbins, which led to Sioux Falls milking away much more of that clock. However, they would turn over, but then again, Joseph Green throws the interception to Terrell Davis, which seals the ball game for the Sparrows. And player of the game, Brett, I'm going to give it to Scott Johnson because he played well. However, we both were making a case for the special teams, both for Dustin McGrack and for Sammy Prefontaine. Who's your player of the game?
Honestly, I got to give it to Sammy Prefontaine. It was his 3 punts inside the 5.
It goes to Julian Tyree, 25 of 35 for 343 yards and a passing touchdown for the 13-season vet. That's going to do it here for everybody here in week 4. Special shout out to Jason McKee and Justin Reside in the stats truck, and of course our producer Cameron Irvine. And Brett, thanks for being here, partner. It's another fantastic call. And for everybody else, we will see you next weekend for more SFL action. And until then, good morning, good afternoon, and good night, ladies and gentlemen.
They do.